Hi, I'm Karen Blevins, and in this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to edit data in the Symbiota environment. I've already shown you how to use the Add Batch Determinations Nomenclatural Adjustments tool in another video. In this video, I will show you how to handle more complex changes, how to delete a record, and what you may have to do when you need to make a global change. I've been updating the data in the Amphibians and Reptiles in Arizona collection based on changes requested by the author. I've been tracking my progress in this spreadsheet. The light brown rows indicate what values have been updated. As you can see, these changes are for the family and/or scientific name fields. Some of the changes are relatively straightforward, like these two changes to scientific name. Others are a bit more complex. So just as a review, I will make these two changes to scientific name using the Add Batch Determinations Nomenclatural Adjustments tool. So let me bring up my Symbiota. So again, it's the Add Batch Determinations. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to search for the old name. So there's my old name. Copy that. And paste. And I'm going to add records. And again, the maximum is 200. So we only have what, 4 records. So that I enter the new scientific name, come over here, paste that in the new one, and I can either hit tab or just select the next row, and the author should come up. Nomenclatural adjustment is selected. The date, of course, is January 1st, 2023. And my notes are Andy. And of course, I'm going to deselect Add to a annotation print queue. And I'm just going to hit Add New Determinations. So just to make sure that all changes have been made, in other words, it was global, I'm sure it has been, but I'm going to select that old name again. And just going to search on it one more time. And again, you can only use this tool for scientific names, so that's important to know that. Anytime you have a change to a scientific name, this is the tool that you want to use, not the editor. So now I'm moving on to the next one. Come in, paste the old name in, hit add, and again, just 3. So again, I go back, get the new name, come back, the new name, hit tab, select my determiner, the date, scroll down, enter Annie's name, deselect, hit add, there it is, go back to the Excel spreadsheet, search on that old name again, and hit add, and it should be 0. Okay, so again, using this tool ensures that a historical record is maintained. So the tool also applies the change to all instances in the database. So again, anytime you need to make a change to a scientific name, you want to use this tool. All right. So going back to that spreadsheet, so I can change this color. And notice that there are some instances of Phrysomatidae. You're going to hear me butcher some of these names, so my apologies. I'm not a biologist. So, but you can see where there are several that need to be updated to, this is the old name. So Phyrosomatidee, Phyrosomatinae needs to be updated to Phrynosomatidee. Now, 2 have been made, but that's because I had initially sorted this on scientific name. And of course, they're going to come up first. So I haven't done a global replacement on these yet. So I'm just going to see if I can update these. This phrynosomatidine to phrynosomatid. Again, it's a global change, pretty much, for this. Again, all of the instances of phrynosomatidine has to be updated to phrynosomatid. You cannot make a global change. In order to make a global change, you need admin privileges, and that would be me. So if you have that kind of change, you want to send that request. But you might want to check to see how many instances there are. So you might be able to do that, make that change manually if there's only, at the most 5 records that need to be updated. So we're going to just check that. And I'm just going to use the edit existing occurrence records. And I'm going to enter family. And I'm going to enter the old one. And I can go back to my spreadsheet here. And I just want to copy this over here to my form. I'll just put that in there. So again, that's the old name. That's what currently exists. And I'm just going to see how many there are. Because if there's only a couple, I can just make that change manually. I'm going to go ahead and hit Display Editor. And there are 495 records. So far too many for you to change one at a time. So in this case, you would send me an email to the account listed on the web page requesting that I change the current value in the field, in this case, phrynosomatidine in the family field, to phrynosomatidine. Obviously, ensuring the correct spelling of both old and new values is important. I'll make the change and I'll notify you when the task has been completed. We'll also see if we can develop a batch update request form on the web page. Until then, email will be used. In some instances, a change to a field value may depend on the value of another field. So if we return to the spreadsheet and we go to Iguanidae, I guess, and you can see that Iguanidae in the family field is being updated. So these 2 occurrences of Iguanidae are being updated to the Phrynosomatidine. But they're occurring where these 2 scientific names are, which means I can't make a global change because there are other scientific names under Iguanidae. Again, I might be able to make these change if the number of observations impacted is small. So I'm going to use the search tool to search on 2 fields. So to search in more than one field, I'm going to go ahead and going to go back to collection management, go to the edit existing occurrences. And notice you have a custom field 1. So I'm going to enter family there. And that needs to equal Iguanidae. So I select that. And notice you have a little plus tool over here, a little editor, a little pencil. So select that, and you get a custom field 2. And notice the default operator is AND. There is an OR, but it defaults to AND. In this case, that means that both conditions have to be true. So the family name needs to be Iguanidae, and the field name for the second one is going to be scientific name. And I'm just going to put contains because both of the names that we're going to select, as you recall from the spreadsheet, both names have Eurosaurus. So I don't need to put both in. I can just use that contain operator. And all right, hit tab. And I'm going to go ahead and click the editor. And I get 1,218 rows. Again, too many to change individually, so you would send your request to me. All right. So this same condition occurs where, we'll go back here just so that we're back where we need to start. If you scroll down where Tiadi, the family name Tiadi is being changed to Phrynosomatida, but again, it's only for a specific scientific name. So there are other scientific names under Tiadi. So again, global change is not possible. So I'm going to go back to my search form. And again, I'm going to do two fields, right? So I'm going to do custom field 1, which is going to be family. And it needs to call Tiadi. I'm going to hit the plus sign. And in this case, again, just leave it at and because both conditions have to be true. And I'm going to select scientific name. Oops. There it is. And this one can be equals because I know exactly which value I'm going to enter. I'm going back to my spreadsheet and I'm just going to copy Soloporus clarkii. And I'm going to paste that into the field. And again, display editor. And notice, oh, so I must have made a typo. Let's try that again. Family equals, yeah, I probably chose the one that was spelled with a EE. Let's try that one. And then scientific name equals Clarkii. That should do it. Display editor. Yes. So I obviously chose the wrong TD with the typo in it. One record of one. So this one I can change. It's only one record, so I can easily make this change. So I'm just going to go through, find the family name. I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet. I'm going to copy. And here, paste that change just to make sure. And then I'm going to go down and I'm going to update the status. And that is, well, so processing status is pending review. And then I save edits. Notice it has a status auto set. Ignore this one. If you select this one, you're going to enter this purgatory that would take me to get you out of. So use this processing status right here. And again, I'm just going to hit Save Edits. And since there aren't any more records, I can just return to that collection management page. And that's that. So I suggest you limit your searches to only 2 custom field name values, as I've noticed some inconsistencies in result sets when using more than 2 custom fields. I've contacted the powers that be and will provide you with any additional information when I can. So to delete a record, you search the parameters field value combinations to bring up the record or records you wish to delete. Again, if there are too many to manually delete, send your request to me. So I'm going to perform a search using this search form, and I'm going to search on catalog number, and I'm just going to search where it contains test. Okay. So got that, and I'm going to go ahead and display in the table since I'm not sure which one. And I noticed that the H6789110 or 10 test is the one that I want to delete. So I expand the editor to the right of the Symbiota ID value. Click that, and I'm at the editor. And I'm just going to go over to admin, scroll down, evaluate the record for deletion. And since there are no problems in terms of the evaluator basically has approved it for deletion in terms of image links and checklist, then I'm just going to go ahead and delete the occurrence. And it will give me a prompt. Do you really want to delete this? And I'm going to say yes. Okay. So that's done. I'm finished editing in terms of deletions. So I'm going to go back to my collection management window. And again, too many deletions, again, send that request to me. So far the focus has been on the family and scientific name fields, of course, catalog name, field name there, but you can edit any field. So if you want to change the collector associated with an observation, you can search for the record, then make the change in the editor. So again, I'm just going to hit Edit Existing, and then notice here's the collector, and I believe if I wanted to search for, actually, let's just search on a catalog number. So again, I have a specific catalog number, and H23456 test. And in this case, it should only bring up one record because the catalog number is unique, should only return one record. So I hit Display Editor, one record is returned. I find the collector observer, and I'm just going to change that to, actually, he likes his middle name, so respect that. Change it, go down, and again, you want to set that status to pending review and save edits. All right, so again, you can update any field in this way. This concludes this demonstration on how to edit data within the Symbiota environment. Thank you.